Hello all, welcome back to my channel. This is Future B here with another video, and in this video I am doing this set of nails, and we're gonna be talking about what to do when the room you're doing your nails in is too hot, because that's what I dealt with today in doing this set of nails. Stay tuned for more. All right, let's get into this set of medium long coffin nails. I consider these medium long. Do you consider these long? I consider these to be medium long. Anyways, I got this idea from Instagram, and I'm using different colors to do this nail set, but I want to tell you about my inspo. It did come from Instagram. This acrylic that I'm using is from Nail Supply Glamour, and this is a very, very pretty color, but I'm not in love with this acrylic. It is a 2-in-1 acrylic, meaning that it can be used as dip powder or it can be used as acrylic powder. I will be using it with monomer, so I want to first get into the issues that I had doing this nail set, and then we'll talk more about the nail set itself. As always, first I went in with clear acrylic on all of my nails. I used that as a base, and for this particular nail set, I knew that I wasn't going to be keeping it on long, so I do have a peel-off base coat under the clear acrylic. Now I'm going in with this acrylic that is from this coffee acrylic set that I got from Nail Supply Glamour. As I said before, this is a 2-in-1, which means this is a very, very finely milled acrylic. These extremely finely milled acrylics can be used as dip powder. They can also be used with monomer. Any acrylic that is called a dip powder acrylic can be used with monomer, but the difference is the little particles of acrylic are even smaller so that they can be used as dip. I did not like this for this set, using it with monomer, because it looks grainy. It looks like the acrylic as well as the pigment aren't really meshing too well together, and it looks kind of grainy, and I didn't like that too much. I think that also played into why at the very beginning I said how to work with acrylic when your room is a little bit too hot. Is this was so finely milled. As I'm working with it, it is attempting to dry up on me, and it's not moving down the nail very nicely. I'm putting a bead of acrylic onto my nails, and as you can see, it goes on very smooth, but then it starts to dry very quickly and get a little bit in my brush. I'm having to wipe a little bit more than I'm used to. It wasn't that great. I moved past the applying of the acrylic very quickly and we're almost at the point where we're about to get into file shaping and buffing, because I did not enjoy application this day. Now, what goes on in a room whenever it's warm or cold? So when you're in a room and the acrylic gets warm, when acrylic meets with monomer, it gets a little bit warm, and that is the chemical reaction working. It's supposed to do that a little bit. Not too much that it's like gonna bother you, but it does do that a little bit. And what's going on here is the chemical reaction is like moving too quickly, and so the acrylic is drying too quickly. When you're working in a room where it is not as warm, say it's kind of cold in your room whenever it's wintertime, your acrylic will stay runny for longer because the chemical reaction is taking longer to take place, to happen. So that was what was going on here, and I was having a hard time. This is like one color on the nails. If it had been working nicely, I could have possibly used just the acrylic color as a cover color. I didn't have to go in with the clear, but I didn't enjoy working with this. So my tips: whenever you have something like this, if you can alter the temperature in the room, please do. It was kind of warm in my room because I'm in Texas, and it was about 90 degrees outside, so it was probably 10 o'clock at night and it was still 90 degrees outside, so it was still pretty warm around here. If you have acrylic that you think is setting too quickly, turn the temperature down in the room just a little bit. Second thing you can do is work with smaller beads so that it's not drying out so quickly. If you're working with a big bead that's drying out quickly, then you're working with more product than you need to. So work with smaller beads. Alter the temperature in the room by putting a fan in there or running the AC. Step 2 would be to work with a smaller bead of acrylic. Step 3 would be to make sure that you are working with an acrylic that is just acrylic. That is just acrylic meant to be worked with monomer, and not acrylic that can be worked with monomer or as a dip powder. Because as finely milled as this was, I think it was working against me in this warm room. But as you can see, I've already filed, shaped, and buffed. My nails look pretty smooth, don't they? That's pretty good because I've been practicing, so maybe my practice is paying off. But you know, be better than me. Know that this was really hard. I've been doing nails for like 3 or 4 years now, and it was really hard for me. It was really annoying. I hope it didn't come across that way. I know I'm complaining a lot in this video, but be better than me. Okay. So now I am going in. I went in first with a matte top coat on all the nails because I'm going to be doing this line nail art. And I'm doing this line nail art with gel paint that I got from Saviland. I really like this gel paint. In fact, I really like this metallic gel paint, the silver and the gold, more than I like using chrome powder. I think it's just shinier. It's prettier. It's just prettier. One thing that I do wish I had done was, instead of using the pink to do this nail art, you're going to see it in a minute, I'm going to go in with pink to do a line, a zigzag line. I wish I had gone in with black instead. I think the pink stands out in a way that I don't really like. I should have stuck with neutrals. For this nail design, I wanted to go in with pink because I thought the pink would pop a little bit on all the neutral colors, but to me it doesn't look that great, so I should have gone in with gold, silver, and black instead of using the pink. But you let me know, what do you think about this nail design? Do you have any tips or tricks for people who are working in a room that is either too hot or too warm? Do you prefer to work with dip powder or 2-in-1s? Or do you prefer gel? Gel has its own risks as it involves the temperature in the room. You want to like warm up gels. You don't want them to get too warm, and you don't want them to be exposed to UV light ahead of needing to be exposed to UV light, but you do have to warm them up. You don't want them to be too cold because they become hard to work with. But what are your thoughts? Have you ever had an experience working with any type of nail enhancement where you're like, oh my gosh, today is not my day? Let me know down below. Also, what do you think of this nail design? And I will see you in my next video, which will be Monday at 5:30. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.